Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, China is rolling out some serious stimulus. But first, dairy prices rose for the fifth time in the past 7 bi-weekly auctions. They are up 3.4% this morning, led by butter, cheese and skim milk powder. Whole milk powder was the laggard. This latest rise was somewhat unexpected, mainly because the signals are usually only about the whole milk powder prices. Although they will be welcome, these new prices will take things back to where they were in January and are still a long way from pulling the industry out of its funk. Around the world, factory data indicated a steady state with manufacturing neither growing nor contracting. In the US, their latest factory data came in much better than expected in May, and this was despite surprisingly low car sales in the month, although some of that was due to production delays. There was confirmation of the better factory data from the US Federal Reserve this morning. They see tight labour markets and wages rising across the whole economy as a consequence. Official factory data out of China was not very encouraging, however, although it was positive for the third straight month after a long set of declines. Unofficial data for the same sector was negative. Meanwhile, their service sector is still expanding at a respectable pace, despite signs of a slowdown there too. China is rolling out some major stimulus to counter this slowing growth. It said it will invest just over $1 trillion in transport infrastructure projects over the next 3 years. The plan includes more than 300 projects covering railways, highways, waterways, airports and urban rail transit. 130 projects are due in 2016, 92 in 2017, and 80 projects are scheduled for 2018. Brazil is in tough times, unfortunate ahead of their showpiece Olympic Games. Their economy shrank by 4.7% in the first quarter of 2016 compared with the same period a year ago, and that is now at the 5th consecutive quarter of shrinkage. They're in a long recession. Brazil is the world's 9th largest economy. In contrast, Australia's economy grew at a better than expected 3.1% year on year in the first quarter of 2016, boosted by exports and a rise in household spending. Australia is the 19th largest economy. In New York, the benchmark US Treasury 10-year yield is basically unchanged at 1.84%. The oil price is also basically unchanged today, although with a hint of upside, with both the US benchmark and Brent benchmark now just under $50 a barrel. The gold price is lower today, now at $1,210 an ounce. And finally, the New Zealand dollar will start today higher at 68.1 US cents, 94 Aussie cents and 61 euro cents. The TWI index is now at 72.2. Yesterday's good terms of trade and a halo effect from the good Aussie GDP data are behind the rise. This morning's better than expected dairy auction hasn't hurt either. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.